I want to show you guys something really quick. I'm going to blow up my desktop here real fast. All of these icons, these little orange cone looking icons, they're individual takes for the response video that I wanted to do today. And the reason there are so many of them, and the reason my voice is so harsh, it has been nearly impossible for me to keep a level and unemotionally involved head and even attempting to do a video response to the video that this is overall a response to. I've linked it in the description box for fairness' sake. But honestly, the more I do responses to, as we'll now call him, Pasty Space Jesus, the more I'm able to put the pieces together of what's kind of going on here. Now, it wasn't hard to figure out that here comes along a guy who has found a very niche demographic to target a lot of idiotic, stupid, obviously quasi-scientific content at, so he can utilize their want for validation and exploring ideas that aren't really accepted by the overall hordes of society out there. People have very closed perspectives on things, and people that don't, they're shunned. They want not just validation, but they don't want to feel alone in how they think about things. He's there to provide for that. I was wanting to think that this just ended with only wanting some kind of financial benefit out of it. So he's taking advantage of a very niche and specific group of people merely for financial gain. And I still believe that is going on. But this video pushes things in a direction I really didn't want to see them go in. And it really makes me sick to my goddamn motherfucking stomach. This guy's demographic is between the ages of 15 to 30 and upward. And I'm not even going to concern myself with the demographics of 18 and upward, 21 and upward. As we all know, from 18 and upward, you can smoke and fuck in excess all you want legally and above board. And from 21 and upward, you can throw in some booze and gambling to your heart's content in there, and it's legal and above board. Therefore, I'm not concerned with it. I'm concerned with the margin demographic of 15 to 17, and in some cases a little bit younger than that, because I am seeing that accumulate, congregate all over his comment sections. And because I'm an asshole that decided to create a couple of fake Facebook profiles for the express purposes of using them to check out a few of his Hyperionism groups on Facebook without it leading back to my own personal pages to see whether or not this is just a big joke behind the scenes that I'm not getting, and my leg was being pulled. Not only quickly did I find out my leg was not being pulled, and this is not a joke, these people are dead serious about this, in much more massive numbers than I was expecting, that margin demographic is really going for this hardcore younger girls around the ages of about 15 to 17 years old, sometimes up to 19 years old, but really I'm not concerned so much with that. It's just the younger ones. This video is directed at that specific demographic from a lot of the different tactics that I've seen utilized from people like this guy and others in the past. I can really tell that's what he's going for here. This is not a video that's talking to people that are 18 plus, 21 plus. This is a video that's directed at insecure, sycophantic almost followers. And where have we seen that before, so we can know that that is a thing? It makes me want to throw the fuck up. At that point, you're grooming. At that point, you're doing a lot of the tactics I see you do in these videos intentionally, because you want to garner indefinitely the following from these kids. And that makes me sick to my goddamn fucking stomach. Kids that age don't need to be concerned with things like BDSM. Kids that age don't need to be concerned with any of the concepts that you're speaking about. And you know it. Because if you made a video like that directed at people around my age, so I'm 30, you'd know we'd see right through it. Plain as day. Like a window with no glass in it. Just boom. You're just trying to fuck with people. And fuck with them on a very deep psychological level. Well, you don't want people to converse about BDSM. Not at that age, because I know what BDSM is. And it's not just handcuffs and kinks and whips and leather. BDSM can go all the way down to some very deep and intimate psychological levels for people. And when they're exposed in an intimate fashion like that, and they're that vulnerable, that is when they are their most malleable. And I really fucking hate knowing that so many fucking narcissistic, sociopathic assholes have infested the BDSM community like this guy. These guys cannot get their dicks hard by just seeing a naked girl handcuffed up. They got to go deeper than that. They got to fuck with her mind. They got to make her feel indebted to the guy so then he can just fuck her over later and play Mr. Victim, which I'm sure has probably been a big motif of Scrawny McPasty Space Jesus' life. Have to excuse me. It's high pollen count day. It's been really harsh on my fucking throat and my lungs all day. So this harshness in my voice is also being contributed to by that. I'm tired of it. You use tactics all the time to drive divisions between the trust that a lot of these younger people need to have in their families, their friends, some of the authority figures in their lives, a lot of different people in their lives and avenues of their lives that you have no fucking right to do that in. Now, you're going even deeper. You're fucking with their sense of sexuality, their sexual identity, their sexual individuality. You're utilizing the most intimate, deepest part of a person's psyche. Something that can feel embarrassing to them to have played with. You are a piece of shit. And I hope to Christ I never bump into you in person, because that exchange is probably going to lead to me going to jail afterward. You know that I know what you're doing. And you are a pretty good speaker. You got all the spin in the fucking world to be able to talk your scurry, skanky, sleazy ass way out of it. And you probably have before in the past. Probably why you hide behind the identity of Morg, because there's more than likely, and this is just hearsay, but my speculation, that there's more than likely a rap sheet attached to your real identity that involve, I don't know, maybe things like stalking, obsessive harassment that usually comes accompanied with guys like this that you just aren't proud of. It's not like you have an obsessive tendency to want to control people and shift how they think into a very tunnel-visioned, idiotically close-minded mindset under the auspices that it's based around logic and reason and being open-minded. But the fact you're going down to this depth, man, I'd mused in the past that you were fucking doing something like that. But it was just a muse. I didn't really want to actually think that, well, yeah, he's really that sick. Well, fuck me. How wrong was I? Because now you're just doing it out in the open. And in a method that you could easily turn around and say, well, people like you are just reading into it too far. Thankfully, YouTube has been around as a platform long enough for people to have seen a precedent of this. People to see where the patterns in these kind of behaviors really start and how they transmogrify and become so out in the open and on somebody's sleeve over time that after a while you can just know what it is you're looking at. So that doesn't really work in your fucking favor. At that point, I don't give a shit about your bullshit extollings about fucking Jesus and fucking Christianity and religion and Abrahamic this and all this other fucking science and mathematics and all. That's all bullshit. It's all meaningless fucking drivel and bullshit. It's a smokescreen to cover up your want to get a huge congregation of people amongst yourself that you can control the viewpoints of, because that in and of itself is what gets you off in your psyche. No wonder you don't like being compared to Jim Jones, because it's the only thing that could get his brains wood hard. It's fucking with people. A small man on the inside. A tiny little shriveled, cowardly little boy of a human being that needed to control the fucking viewpoints of other people. Fuck you, man. These kids don't deserve that shit in their life, you fucking piece of shit, ugly fucking faggot. I find it funny that you're willing to quote somebody like Marilyn Manson in your fucking video and not even understand for a second how a guy like Manson would even take a fucking real good look at you if he understood what you were really about. I find it funny that people that make the largest bullshit fucking statements against religion always have to come accompanying one with their own. It's like you're all jealous that you didn't come up with Christianity first so you could twist it to your own ends. And this is coming from a person that is in complete ideological antithesis with Christianity. I'm a Satanist. And yet here I am, again, having to come to the defense of an ideology because you utilize a hatred for it as a ham-fisted smokescreen to cover up what the fuck else you're really up to. What the fuck this Hyperionism shit exists as a platform for, as a vehicle to accomplish. I'd love to see what kind of fucking assholes are surrounding you on a daily basis that are reinforcing this delusional mentality you're clearly living under, you unmedicated fucking schizophrenic. Jesus. Fucking narcissistic asshole. That shit. Accumulating a narcissistic supply seems like the real end game for this, and also being able to comfortably pay your bills. And you're willing to fuck with people on their most intimate basis with it. On their most vulnerable basis with it. Oh. Good God. Good God. It makes me want to throw the fuck up. Sorry, trying to adjust that. I mean, you could probably take one good fucking look at me and know that this has just been draining to kind of put together. I know I've been boring the shit out of you guys with an assload of content about this guy lately. But I hope you get it. From this video, I hope you get it. I hope you understand why this has been an important issue for me. Because it's fucking shit like this that really just pisses me off to no end. Know that people are willing to do this because they don't look at human beings as human beings. They just look at them as fleshy objects they can use as pawns to get something out of. It's sickening. They take any humanity a person can possess and strip it out of them entirely. And they're just a tool at that point. A fucking tool for somebody's usage. Like, it's so dehumanizing, it's hard to even describe. It's funny to me that this guy shits over social media as much as he does, utilizing it not only as a platform to peddle his bullshit message, but is such an example of the negative aspects, Jesus, I can't even talk right now, aspects of social media. Because motherfuckers like this couldn't even have existed without social media. Even in their most narcissistic moments, they're reinforced by their presence on social media because it gives them that false delusion of grandeur. This idea that there's some magnanimous asshole reaching far beyond what they really are. On the inside, they're just a small, cowardly human being that expresses a desire to control other people because they don't have much control over the avenues in their life they want control over. But, you know, that's just more trolling and Christian defending. That's all just bullshit. That's all he's got. Always falls back on religion instead of acknowledging it. Yes, I'm a sick, fucking, twisted asshole that's using people to get what I want out of them. And yeah, I'll play with the most intimate fucking parts of their mind. Use their body to play with their mind to get what I want. What are you going to do about it? I just feel lucky we live on two completely opposite ends of the country. I guess for both of our respective career paths, that's mutually beneficial. But goddamn, man. And I get back on YouTube, I don't mind making commentary-based content. I don't mind making videos on people like this because over the years I learned to like distance myself really from it. You know, I learned how to like pull back and be like, okay, I can get emotional, I can get angry, I can really dress it up and still mean what I'm saying, but I'm not going to fuck up my whole day with it. I'm not going to fuck up how I feel about my purview on life and on people because of it. Because, you know, a lot of the time it's difficult to regain sight that just because you make a video on like one asshole or another asshole, it doesn't mean that everybody in the world is an asshole. But then you bump across people like this who this is entertainment to them, and it's sad and it's depressing, and it's the best word I can use to describe it is it's fucking draining. It's like it's draining to think that somebody who's like this actually has the balls, the conceit to call you, the person that's calling their bullshit out, the type of person that they are themselves. Ugh. And it's fucked up to me even more that how I feel right now, like what I'm experiencing right now, is what gets fucking assholes like this off. That they feel vindicated that I'm at where I'm at right now. And I try so fucking hard to not give people that. People like that. Because then you're giving them exactly what they want. They get their supply off. Yeah, you're right. You now know what I'm about. You now know what I'm doing. You now know what kind of a person I really am. Because this isn't just entertainment. I'm like a sick fuck who really does want to suck the fucking soul down out of another human being. So how does it feel? And it just... So what I'm going to do is just pull back and focus. I'm going to still do videos. Make no mistake. I'm going to pull back a little bit. And that's why sometimes I disappear on YouTube for a couple of months at a time. Because I need to get that reality check. I need to land back on Earth again, so to speak. I need to get grounded again. Because the one thing that you don't ever want to do is what people like Morg do. And you can even see that this is all his life is. If you watch, you know, some of his Patreon videos that sometimes leak to YouTube, his life really is just attached to this dogmatic bullshit. It's attached to this exchange, this, and I'm not trying to say this in negativity towards you guys. I like the exchange that we have together, like you guys that are my subscribers, between you and myself. Myself, more than one of me. Holy shit! Now the world really is fucked. But you and myself. But there's a disconnect. There's a different kind of connection between like what you guys have with your friends in an everyday sense, and what you'll have with me in my videos and such, and I have with you. And I don't mean to say fakeness as a negative against you. I mean to say fakeness as a way that there's a disconnect there. I'm having trouble finding the right word, but I think you guys understand what I'm trying to get at. And you need to ground yourself away from being stuck in that fucking fakeness. Because if you're not, then you just get stuck in where, like I was about to say, where this asshole Morg is, and you're living in a completely deluded, non-realistic view of reality. Your whole fucking worldview is defined by bullshit. That you actually believe a lot of the crap people like that extol, or if you're in the position of being somebody like him, there's no help for a guy like that. There's none. Psychologically, he's far gone. He's so fucking far gone in his fucking delusions and in his need for a narcissistic supply. You can't help somebody like that. They are living in their own trumped up bullshit deluded view of reality that there's no helping somebody like that. And any help you try to administer, they'll take advantage of and then utilize it as a reinforcement of their bullshit. And I don't want to get ever stuck in anything like that again. And that's what I did when I get stuck in when I was doing the previous subject on this channel. That's why I had to define 10 years of someone's life. And that's just more or less a deflection that you had to. So I'm going to pull back from this just for a little bit. I mean, I'll still make statements on it. Don't worry. I'm just, you know. But more and more am I realizing that social media is a very dangerous goddamn thing. And if you don't kind of pace yourself for this shit, you can really get stuck in a fucking dark headspace. And I don't want to ever get stuck in that again. To realize that people go to these extents is bad enough. But then to have that start defining your worldview, like that's all there is. To be in this nihilistic loop, like, yeah, there's nothing more than that. Everybody's a fucking cunt, and everybody's a fucking user, and they're just out to fuck each other over. No, not really. It's dog eat dog as fuck out there as fucking can be, but it's not the whole of the human experience. It's kind of one of the reasons why I've become kind of an outdoors kind of freak lately. Because being crammed up on projects all the time, you lose sight of the fact the world is a beautiful place, and it can be, and it is. And to embrace that, it really grounds, it brings you back to reality. And this realization that I've had lately, today especially, in the regards to I have to this video is, yeah, I need that. If you couldn't tell, videos like this are as real as you're gonna get from me. I actually have a lot of trouble even like doing videos without like putting on a fucking facade or putting on a fucking face. It's difficult. Like you see, I'm not even looking at the fucking camera, like the Aspergery fucking bullshit of my personality. It's just like you want to hide behind a mask, you know? You want to just kind of shy away from the camera for a bit because you want to be, you're already disconnected from the audience that's eventually going to see this, and then you just fucking want to disconnect yourself even more. It's like, no, you have to kind of force yourself to be real for a moment. It's bizarre. But anyway, I get what this fucking asshole's doing more now than ever before. I really wish that I didn't, because it's fucking dark. It is fucked up. It's fucking sad, and it's fucking depressing, and it has finally had an impact on me. Fuck you, because I know you're going to feel fucking vindicated about it, you pasty fucking faggot. And I'm just going to focus on a couple of music things that I'm going to do, make videos on a few different topics, and come back to my senses a little bit. Because I don't need this kind of negativity floating around even a shitty soul like mine. Soul Equation. Now in bullshit flavor. Anyway, there's a face for you. Until next time. Bubblicious. By the way, somebody asked previously what mod this was. I'm not really sure 100%, but that's the company that makes it. And it's actually really good. It's got a really nice tank on it. I quite like it. And the brand that I utilize with it is this brand, Air Factory. They're really good. Kind of sound like one of my favorite bands. Well, who would have known? Okay, that's kind of a stupid way to end the video. But yeah, somebody asked about that. It's a smoke, I think Big Baby Tank is what this one is called. I'm not sure, but I quite like it. It's actually reasonably priced, what I got it for. Under 100. It was actually really nice. And yeah, so for whoever the fuck it was that asked that, there you go. And until next time, take it easy, guys. See you around. I'm not going to disappear for months on end. I'm just need to ground myself for a couple days. Come back to normal. So, take care.